Hello, it's been a very long time since I posted a video, and here this infamous Olympia has been the last video that you guys really enjoyed. So what brings us here? Actually, I'm about to sell my single speed, which is more or less still a continuous development of one of my budget builds from last year, probably 2 years ago, I can't remember. And there's a couple of things that I need to decide which goes where, namely in this case the crank is important. And as you might remember, this Olympia was supposed to go and be a cyclocross-ish build. So, and I had a problem by expanding the rear triangle. It started to go weak and bent out here on one of the sides. So I decided not to go forward with a 135 hub, but I have now a 125 hub, so I'm short of about 5 millimeters at this moment in time only. So I'm going to go about that. I have a really nice hub. It's, to my understanding, it's a mountain bike hub, Exage. And I can configure myself a Pacatis as I like it, so I will go as big as I can without any friction issues, rubbing, whatnot. So the cassette I'm not worried about. So next job is to straighten and expand the rear triangle. So it takes this hub, that's the first step. And then I was obviously wondering about which crank to use. And if I'm just gonna hold this against it, you will see that this crank fits snug. I mean, that's again a mountain bike hub that would take 3 tooth wheels. Obviously I'm not going to do that. I'm going to only use one. It's going to be a simple one by. I have bought a brand new Italian threaded bottom bracket square taper, and I measured all and everything, and I just couldn't remember which crank I was using, and it must have been that one. Now this is not a narrow wide tooth wheel that I have for it, but we'll cross that bridge once we get there. As in for offset and how close this hub will bring the tooth wheel to the frame is about perfect. I know that the angle's always different from the camera. Let me try it this way. So yeah, that is what you need to see. Now imagine I'm using a spacer between the tooth wheel and the crank, and then I'm gonna be exactly where I can be with this. If I haven't mentioned this mangling by one of the previous owners to keep tightening a kickstand that shouldn't be there in the first place, that's not structural, it's ugly, and I will add some material some point in time later. The first thing today is this crank going to work, and am I going to expand the rear triangle by 5 millimeters. I can almost push it in, but it doesn't. It's not nice. It's not correct. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna show you one more thing that I want to take care of before I will go for finally the cosmetics. I have ordered a bunch of new Tamiya paint to mix the perfect. I used actually ChatGPT, but I think the result is also not better than what I had used before. So let me show you the problem here. It must be on the other side. Put this back down, or let it stand up like so. Here you see these marks are pushing from the inside towards the outside by a seat post that was too short. So I'm gonna hammer this back in and file it flat, and I will then readdress the seat post. So this currently, I think is a 25.4 millimeters. Doesn't really want to go in, but you can see that what we have up there is not quite round. So it's kind of goes down. So obviously needs to go down as far as that, at least, so that I'm really passing these marks, and that should be more or less the perfect height and length for this. Again, this is a mountain bike item from Italy, but it fits. And I have detailed it with white paint and the Olympic colors. So yeah, that's the continuation of my Olympia Cyclocross bike build. I also have designated a different fork, so that will be the next video. So for now, thanks for watching. Take care. Hope you like this video. All be well. Take care. Bye bye.